There's just so many memes. The memes are so good. Like, hi. So I am back, obviously. I know I had a week off. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm back vlogging because I haven't prepared my other video that I wanted to do, but I will tell you about that later. So what's happened? Well, basically, I've posted something really, really important on my blog. So I've been trying to write this post. Oh God, you can see my really old towel, right? So I've been trying to write this post about racial diversity and fashion blogging for about a year and a bit. It's just been really tricky to write. So it's really evolved from the first post, which was, I guess, more of a rant, you know? It was a very different post. I was very frustrated at the time with some things that were going on. You know, it took some time. I took a lot of time to refine it. I wanted to post it for Black History Month in the UK, and that didn't happen. And, you know, it's like the 21st? I managed to post it on like the 21st, I think, 21st, maybe 22nd. Can't remember. Don't know what day it is. I wanted to try and get it out for, you know, Black History Month, even though it is Black History every month for me. I just thought it's so important to be having an open dialogue about race. And, you know, in the past, I found it really, really tricky to speak about. You know, when I was younger, I think when you're young, you're gradually figuring out your place in the world, and especially, you know, if you're a black woman, you gradually figure out, oh, I'm going to be treated differently, and then, you know, this is what I'm seeing and this is what I'm internalizing. So, yeah, like I feel like I was in that stage, and now I'm in this other new stage, this woke stage. I've got a really funny tweet. They're like, I love woke Kristabel. So that's quite nice. I feel like, you know, it took me a lot of time to process a lot of things, but I've written something on my blog. I'd love it if you read it. You know, there's so much more I wanted to include, but I realised that the topic is a thesis. So it's more about my experience growing up in the UK. It only touches on it a tiny bit. And, you know, what I didn't get across is that, you know, I have a great, you know, amazing supportive family. And I remember my mum would, you know, she bought me Tyra Banks's book. She made sure I had black Barbie dolls. I think I pulled the head off my Barbie doll, my black Barbie doll, and then my mum sent it back, and then they sent back a white Barbie doll. So it's like, oh, my Barbie came back white. I just wanted to get across that even though you may have that, you know, that supportive, amazing family, I just wanted to get across like what external influences can do, like the media and society and whatnot. So it took me so long, so many drafts. And, you know, a lot of people have said, I wish I could write something like this. And I'm like, you literally can. I think just get it all out. I think, you know, keeping it in here, it's potentially damaging. I don't know. I think get it out, write it out. If you can speak to someone, you know, I go to a lot of groups now. I go to a lot of like networking events. So I'm going to go to Melanin Millennials Live, which is a podcast. I'm going to that tomorrow. And I try to go to things now. I'm trying to go to more things like that, and I can just let it all out. I'd love to read it as well. Like if you've grown up in the UK and you're black or minority or, you know, whatever, I'd love to read it. And, you know, also in Europe, I know in Europe it can be tricky in parts of Europe, so I would love to hear those experiences as well. I need to plan what I'm doing. I've written that post, and now I think I'm going to put this video up on Monday, so I'm going to try and vlog my weekend. Tomorrow I am meeting up with some, you know, cool women for lunch, and then what am I doing? In the evening, going to my podcast recording, and then I'm going to catch up with a friend. Sunday I'm going to the Hoxton for a staycation, so that's going to be exciting. I think I spent last weekend just trying to sort this post out, and I feel a bit happier and freer now. So yeah, I'm going to take you along with me. Hello, so it is Saturday. I'm sorry, I did not take you along with me. I did not vlog yesterday because I was trying to get on with stuff, you know, sending out the post, scheduling social, all that jazz. I got one slightly negative tweet, which is weird. Well, it's not weird because, you know, that criticism is everywhere, you know. Admittedly, I don't get a lot of criticism, so I'm not really used to criticism. Yeah, it's a really weird one, and how that can like affect your day, even though, you know, so many people I respect have said really amazing things. You will always like focus on that one thing that someone said, and I find that when people criticize, you know, they very rarely know the whole story, and that can be frustrating, but you just gotta push through it, haven't you? So that's what am I doing today? Today I'm actually going to go to spin. It's my spin class because I got this class pass trial, and you know, it's the beginning of January, and they were like, you can pay £10 and get 3 classes. And so I thought, oh, let me sign up because I can go to like the nice fancy gyms with the fancy showers and everything. And then I left it all until the last minute. So in the last week I had to try and do 3 classes, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to cancel it because I'm obviously not using it. And then they were like, oh, well, why don't you hold it, and then we'll give you the, you pay this amount of money and you still get 3 classes for this month. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then I left it till the last 3 days. So I've got to do like 3 exercise classes in 4 days or something ridiculous like that. Last time I tried to go, I actually missed the class because I was late. So I'm going to try and leave now. It's going to be a good day. And I work most weekends on stuff, so it's nice to actually have plans, because sometimes if I forget to make plans, there's just no plans. So yeah, it's nice to have stuff to do, and I'm going to be catching up with a friend after that, so it should be a good day. So I did my class. It was so tough. My leg's going to be aching for days. I was early as well, so I didn't have to worry about rushing. I actually quite like being early. I'm going to have to try and be early for things. So I'm here at Clerkenwell Grind, and with Toby and Michelle, and we're going to have some brunch. Oh,
yes, God. We are.
And I've got all these devices for some reason. Okay, this is the situation. As long as it works. So I'm back home now. And yeah, lunch was quite nice. It was good to have a catch up with Toby and Michelle, because we've been speaking so much online, like in one Twitter direct message, and there's just so much that we want to talk about. Obviously, Toby's relaunching her online magazine, Black Ballad, which is for black women, and it just sort of celebrates black women, because it is very rare that you find somewhere that is just for you and like supports you wholeheartedly. So yeah, no, it's going to be really exciting when it relaunches. Michelle studied, oh my God, my eyebrow looks so weird, right? Michelle studied biomedical science, so she is smart and she is doing amazing things. And she's also got like a radio show and YouTube. Like, she does so much, which is just so quite inspiring. So yeah, I feel like, I feel blessed that I know so many cool people, and we're all very like passionate about things. So yeah, that was a really nice lunch and a nice catch up. And so I'm going to head out to the Melanin Millennials podcast recording. I'm going to head there, and then I'm going to meet my friend after for a drink. Oh my God, this looks epic.
Let's go, it's 2 minutes. Timmy, go.
You can't catfish, babe.
Hello, so it is Sunday. I'm waiting for the tube. I look ridiculous. I'm going to the Hoxton for a staycation. It's only one night. I look like I'm going for about a week. Like, do you see all of this? We are at Columbia Road, but we've turned up and it's pretty much closing. I am very tempted by 2 succulents for £5. And yeah, I've got Super Duper. I feel like she's always with me. Super Duper kindly looking after the coat, and me posing in front of someone's house. I probably shouldn't film it. See my plastic bag flapping in the wind. But yes, a purchase has happened. I got this for $2.50. If you ever come to Columbia Road, just come at the end of the day and you can get all your stuff for cheap. Hello. So just lying on the bed like I own the place, that's how I roll. But yes, let me turn the camera on me. So I'm back at the Hoxton. I'm here for a staycation, as I said, with some other bloggers, so it'll be good to catch up and connect and all that jazz. I've messed everything up. I'm really bad at doing unboxings, but I think that this is, I don't know, this might be a beauty product. I don't know if I should open it all. How do you feel about unboxings? Because I just worry that I'm gonna look like an idiot. So yes, I've got a little bit of time until dinner, so I'm gonna finish off my blog post, schedule a few things, and then hang out with the girls. Hi everyone! There's the Hoxton crew! Whoop, whoop, whoop! And we got some steak! Whoop! Hello, so it is Monday. I've woken up at the Hoxton. It was, I don't know, I keep waking up. It's not because of the Hoxton, but I have so much on my mind at the moment. So I was up really early, and because it was the Oscars, I just went on Twitter. I know I should not have gone on Twitter, but I was looking at all the like memes. There's just so many memes. The memes are so good. Like, obviously they announced the wrong winner, so there's a meme for that. When they like zoom in on someone's face, that's a meme. It's all a meme, and it brightened up my morning, I guess. So yes, I've actually gone out. I popped out to shoot some pictures at the Barbican with my photographer. So you'll see those on the blog very, very soon. And yeah, I feel like I've been semi-efficient. I'm going to order some food. I think we can order it to the room, which is really exciting. And I'm going to try and take some pictures of all these little bits that they've given us so kindly. I was not expecting all of this. I just thought, I'm going to hang out with some cool women and have some chats. It's just so much going on. A lot of drama. It's really interesting. I'm quite perceptive, so I can suss people out, and when you hear other people saying the same thing, you feel like, okay, I was right about that. And there are some people doing some shady things, so yes, there's that. It's so frustrating, but you just have to think, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to just be myself. So yeah, it was a really good chat. This is the breakfast situation. They gave us a £25 voucher for breakfast, so I think I went over by £1.24, but I got my money's worth. Goodbye, Hoxton. Look, I do not look like I went away for just one night. This is a little bit ridiculous, but I'm gonna head home and sort this video out. Hello, so I am back home now, and yeah, it was nice. It's been a really weird week. It's been quite emotional, especially with, the blog post going live, and I was trying to write this blog post for over a year. Like, I had so many different pages of notes. I had a folder with notes. I had like dedicated race folders. Every time I heard a podcast or read something, I was like, ooh, this would be interesting. So I had just so many notes. And then loads of people have said, I love how you've articulated yourself. You've made me want to speak out. And it's because of other people writing those pieces and listening to podcasts, that made me want to speak out in a way. So it's nice to see this sort of snowball effect. One person does something, then it inspires another person to do something, and so on. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see like what conversations it sparks up, because obviously everyone has a very different experience. I don't know if there's a dominant experience. There's an experience you hear a lot of in the media, and it's not to discount that experience, but I think we've just it depends on a lot of things. It depends on where you grew up, where you live, where you went to school, where you work. Like, there's so many factors that affect your black or minority ethnic experience, BAME. When I give you these categories, they don't tell you about these categories. So I got an email and they're like, we're looking for BAME writers, and I had to Google BAME. I was like, okay. But, I guess it's people of colour. It's the British term for people of colour, BAME. And it's weird to think like I've put that out there, all these things that people have said and whatnot. I'm just looking back at it, and there's some really personal photos. There's a photo of me on my year 6 school trip, and I think for some reason I was trying to do my hair on a school trip. I don't think the hair would have turned out all right. I couldn't plait or anything, so I'm not quite sure what it did. But my friends decided to take a picture of me doing my hair, which is actually quite weird when I look back. I probably felt quite attacked in a way, or like they were making fun out of me doing my hair because it was different. And it's weird that I have a picture of that. So I definitely want to write more. I mean, it's not going to take 15 months. Everything's going to be done for a purpose and with intention. So it's not going to be every post, because, you can't be spending 15 months writing every post. But yeah, I know it's given me a few ideas. And if you've got any ideas on anything you'd like me to write, let me know. I also think I might do another Q&A, so if you've got any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, I have this thing, Ancestry DNA Kit. They sent me this, and I'm really curious to find out find out more about my roots, because I have a feeling that my heritage will go back to West Africa. So, because people have sometimes said I look Ghanaian, so I would like to, test out this kit and see what it tells me. So I'm going to send off my sample, my spit. I'm not going to spit. I'm not going to spit on camera. I'm not about that life. But yeah, I'm going to send that off and find it out, and it'll be really interesting. So I think I'll get that back in 6 weeks. Make sure you read the blog post, and I've been going on about it, but, I think it'll be quite an interesting read, because I know I've mentioned it a few times. I obviously did my video back in November about racial diversity and fashion blogging. So yes, the blog post is called Black, British and Blogging, My Experience. And I'd love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching and all of your comments. Let's pick the top comment. dun dun dun. Top comments, top comments, yes. Okay, so my top comment goes to My House of Awesome. You came to my event and it was really cool, and you've got like 2 medals from the president, which is amazing. It was great to meet you, and hopefully I'll see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. I will link my previous video. Will my previous video be here? I will link my previous videos here and here. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye! I had to find a Hoover. I'm gonna try and put the music on.